What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another episode of Min-Maxing for Fun and Profit in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Inventor. Don't you dare call it an Artificer. Kind of my favorite of Guns and Gears, I'm not gonna lie. It sort of went like Secrets of Magic did. There was the one that existed that was cool, and then at least IMO, the one that was very unique, a different take on a class, and just seemed way more interesting mechanically to me, Summoner. Of the two released, I think Inventor is just the coolest freaking thing to ever come out. Let's build one, shall we? Remember, if you're liking what you're seeing, to like, subscribe, ding the bell. And if you'd like a Google Sheet that this character is put together on, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff, Patreon down there is the way to make all of that shit happen. But now, friends, let's hit it. Okay, so before we get down into what we did with this class, let us first talk about what makes this class so damn cool. In a word, versatility. Options. Oh, well, you'd love to see it. We're just not gonna let that one die, are we? The Inventor feels to me a lot like the first edition Alchemist did. That is to say, a party of 4 of them could show up at the table and all of them would look very different. Whether you choose armor, weapon, or in our case today, a construct, you also get the ability to reconfigure it beginning at 3rd. Spend a day of downtime tinkering, make a crafting check with a high DC for your level, and any of the modifications you choose, of which there are many in this book, and of course nature of the beast, there will be more the longer this game goes on, you can just re-up. In our case, for the one with the construct, that's huge. Y'all know me, I love playing characters that have pets. One of the big problems with pets, especially in games where suddenly the environment is going to change, is sometimes they just won't fit, you know? At level 1, you can have an amphibious construct, so if you need to go in the water, there it is. Not only do you have your own personal shark skidoo, I suppose, you also get to retain the value you've invested in your character. And not just oh, cool, there goes my cool class feature. I'll see y'all after this adventure on the next one. Hooray! Same's true for the modular head of weapons. If you just really need to do piercing damage because something has a weakness to piercing 5, you can make that happen without giving your strange steampunk great axe shenanigans up. It's really cool. And that continues on and on and on and on. Did you take the armor innovation, which I think might be the best of the 3 really? Going up against a blue dragon, just tag the metallic resistance on your armor. Get some resistance while still being the fucking juggernaut you wanted to be. Though it takes to level 19th, man, I wish this hit a little sooner though. Infinite invention, same idea, except, well, you can just, if you'd rather have a laser sword than a laser dog, there it is. During daily prep, automatically fix your innovation if your laser dog got beat up, and you can change to an armor or weapon if you had the construct or any of that triangle to suit your needs. If you had any feats that use your previous innovation as a prerequisite, you can't use them, but a day of downtime will allow you to retrain them instead of a week. So a couple days down and you're good. That's so playable. That makes this incredibly modal, which I think is freaking dope. Now let's talk about our particular build, shall we? Though this class is versatile, you gotta pick one thing for the purposes of what I'm trying to do here. And so today we will be building a construct crafter. And today for that ancestry, we will be building a human. We'll take natural ambition at 1st level because we just honestly really need 2 class feats at 1st to function. But since a lot of the ancestry feats feel pretty open here, with the exception of one farther down the line, and because who doesn't like the image of somebody who's been sequestered away in their room because their demon blood made it to where they couldn't make friends, and so they made friends with their instead robo-dog friend. Why not a tiefling? Let's do it. This class definitely feels like it wants to be up in the thick of things, punching things. For your background, something with strength and intelligence, of course. For our starting ability scores, we're looking at a strength of 16, a dexterity of 12, con of 12, int of 18, and wisdom and charisma both at 10. Now, this class at first glance definitely doesn't feel as martial as it actually is, but indeed with the overdrive mechanic, which has the manipulate trait, so probably grab you a halberd or a glaive or something with reach so you're not standing in front of things that might ad-op you. Attempt a crafting check with a standard DC for your level. On a critical success, your strikes deal additional damage equal to your int mod for a minute. For 10 frickin' rounds, you're hitting them with your brains and your brawn. This is literally that perfect synergy. Half brain, half brawn, stronger than both. This is dope as fuck. You can't use overdrive again until a minute after the effect expires, a la Barbarian Rage. On a success, it's only half your intelligence modifier. A failure, you can try again later. On a critical failure, and also, like, on top of the fact that this class is just bananas, I really like the way they've phrased the mechanics of the class, because on a critical failure, indeed, whoops, something explodes. You take fire damage equal to your level, and you can't do this again for a minute. So, like, on a bad day, you're gonna hurt yourself a lot, but on a good day, it's not a good day, it's the best day. Dumb, and dumb, but not dumb, because you're int-based. Anyway, around it, 2 class feats at level 1, built-in tools, first off, so huge. When you take this feat, choose a set of tools you own of 1 bulk or less. Your repair kit, and as long as you are wielding, wearing, or adjacent to your innovation, you have quick access to those tools, which is very important because remember, man's best robotic friend can't be healed by the cleric. You've got to put it back together yourself. I'm playing a construct rider alchemist in Iron Gods right now, and I feel this. I feel this so hard. Kind of want to remake Shrieg in this system. I guess he'd be an inventor with alchemist dedication. The other half of this, unstable repair. You repair your innovation for 1 action. Repair, of course, has the unstable trait when used this way. You don't have to say sit Fido and have Fido sit on a flat surface, but you do have to be standing next to it and have the repair kit, aka built-in tools. Otherwise, at level 1, we just can't heal this thing. It seems very important to have that just right off. But wait, what's the unstable trait? Well, dear viewer, I'm so glad you asked. An unstable action requires experimental stuff that you can't fully predict. After an unstable action is used on an innovation, using another one is dangerous. If you attempt to use another unstable action on it, you must attempt a DC 17 flat check. On a failure, the innovation malfunctions in a spectacular fashion, such as an explosion or a shower of sparks, wasting the actions and making the innovation incapable of handling further unstable actions, but you can spend 10 minutes retuning the innovation and making adjustments so it can fire off again. So essentially, that's like a strange baby of wands and focus points, because really you would just, after the combat, be like, hey, I gotta, like, jam a spark plug in my dog real quick. Tyrannosaur needs an oil change. But much like a wand, it involves that flat check if you try to overextend yourself, with the caveat that, well, if you happen to fail, you didn't just, like, consign your robot to the great scrapyard in the sky. Chances are slim you're gonna roll a 17 or better. More often than not, you are definitely going to choke on this. But it's not a choke that's bad, it's just a choke that means you go back to playing fair until the combat's over. Though, side note, it is so unfortunate there's not a general feat out there that says reduce the DC of all flat checks by 1. There are some for like certain flat checks, and truly that's what I was looking for the most for this build, and what I'm hoping we get in Guns and Gears. That would maybe possibly unseat Toughness Diehard here if I could just make that a 16 or maybe even a 15. And also like folks who are regularly bleeding using wands, targeting invisible creatures, so on and so forth, would really like that. We'll take Transform Construct at level 2, which lets you turn your Mastodon into a suitcase, I suppose. A maximum bulk of 8 or a bulk of 2 or 4. It has wheels, which lets you easily drag it behind you at half speed. For even more value in terms of, well, damn, I can't get my giant robot through this door, hang on, turns into a rolly cart, drags through door, and then you unpack it, except you don't have to hire movers because you're an inventor and you're better than that. Advanced Construct Companion at level 4, which lets your minion stride or strike if you don't command it and buffs its stats a little. There's a sheet for our robot friend as well. And remember, if this doesn't work out for you, you could just turn it into like a flamethrower gauntlet later. Been watching a lot of Gundam Wing lately, and if I were to ever play an Inventor, I think I would want the face of the beastie I created on whatever shape it took as it went through various stages and forms, and I guess this is essentially Nataku. Clockwork Celerity is next, our first unstable thing, other than just nuking folks with fire damage. Oh yeah, by the way, you can make your innovation blow up for 2 actions, damaging nearby creatures without damaging the innovation, hopefully. It does 2d6 fire damage and a 5-foot emanation around you. With a basic reflex save at 5th level and every 2 levels thereafter, it does an additional 1d6. Breakthrough innovation means you can make a 5-foot or 10-foot emanation. Revolutionary innovation makes it go up by 15 feet. That's the 2 in the 1-2 Tiefling punch here. A little bit of fire resistance probably looks good on us. But we digress. Clockwork Celerity. It's a free action with the unstable trait. Your turn begins. You are quickened for the turn. In our case with a construct, you can use that extra action to command your minion. To give your minion its 2 actions while keeping the 3 for yourself to overdrive and bonk. Might only work the once, but once might be all you need. And then, hold on guys, gotta fix the robot. Everyone else make the perception checks. This is what I'm doing. And then flavor text, you're good to go. Just make sure you're getting the flavor text, GMs. Otherwise, I feel like in various rooms in the dungeon, the Inventor is just standing around, and that's boring. We're gonna grab a level 4 class feat at level 8. Vital Strike, Megaton Strike, for 2 actions with the unstable trait. Since we have a minion innovation, it makes a strike. If the strike hits, it deals double the usual number of weapon damage dice. So more dice thrown at people without manipulating the map. And should you go unstable, you just end up flanking and attacking. This is a very big case of the rich getting richer, especially when your construct is dealing your intelligence in damage. It's dumb. It's real dumb. Incredible Construct Companion next. More stats, more good, easy peasy. Followed by, we should probably talk about Ancestry feat real quick, huh? Yeah, we're human. We're going to be multi-talented for the Investigator dedication. Because we've got so many damn options, why not also add Devise a Stratagem? Unfortunately, since we're not a true investigator, we cannot use our int modifier in place of our strength or dex. We also can't use our int mod on other roles like athletic strategist, but that's okay. This is just for the Nova turn. Free action, use celerity, command the beastie to start attacking, go into overdrive for 1 action. Devise a stratagem, and if you see that crit, suddenly that's double your strength, double your int, a lot of damage applied directly to the forehead. It's beautiful. I really like it a lot. At level 14, Unstable Redundancies. A free action with the trigger, you would attempt a flat check, but you haven't rolled. You automatically succeed at the triggering flat check. You can't use this again until you've readjusted your innovation to be safe, but just giving you that extra buffer is really strong. And then Paragon Companion for more better animal powers. And then, though, oh man, Overdrive Ally into Shared Overdrive looks really good. Not this time, though. We'll grab at level 18. You failed to account for this! My favorite reaction, probably. Best flavor text ever. Its trigger, a creature you can perceive targets you with an attack against AC. Throw some flavor text, do some Inventor things, use your crafting DC instead of your AC, aka have more AC against the big scary thing, especially if you have a penalty to your AC, since you're not using your AC, haha. Then full automation last, you're permanently quickened. For us, we can use that extra action to command our innovation, meaning we definitely will not accidentally break our robot, and also freeing up Clockwork Celerity to be retrained into something else. For skill feats, of course, your mileage may vary. You'll know what you need, other than the crafting ones and Inventor that you get for free. The choice is yours, friends. For our Ancestry feats, it's Natural Ambition first for that bonus class feat, then Fiendish Resistance, choosing Fire, so you can stand next to your exploding robotic dog friend, then Multi-Talented at 9th for an Investigator dedication, to just get our int to do all the things all the time, and then Fiendish Wings / Relentless Wings, because, well, we've already established a reach weapon is pretty good for us, even better, though at high level play this might not pan out as much if you can fly up and stab down at your targets. For our general feats, really the only one we're going to talk about today that we don't normally talk about, armor proficiency, since most of the time our innovation will not be an Iron Man suit, yet we want to be a big scary marshal and we don't have a lot of dex. Seems pretty damn good, but toughness, die hard, incredible initiative, caddy acumen for the reflex. And yeah, there it is. This thing is really cool looking. Not only is it versatile, not only does it give you a lot of different options, presuming you have the downtime to hang out in the lab and rebuild, it also allows you to explore character concepts we don't normally see at our tables. someone with a pet clockwork something or other, somebody who took the concept of fire lance entirely too literally, someone who found the remains of a stone golem and decided to reanimate it but put themselves inside of it, and everything in between. Man, I said reanimate. I really hope that somewhere down the line you get Inventor class feats for like unholy inventions, so you can have like weird cybernetic demon arms or like necrotic flesh or something. Truly, the sky seems the limit on this one. And I'm actually GMing for one in Fall of Plaguestone right now. His construct companion is terrifying to behold and also really adorable. So like, I have mixed feelings about kicking its ass. But even when I try, it pulls through with scary and surprising regularity. It helps also that there is a built-in mechanic for the construct companion should it happen to die. You can replace it pretty darn easily, which a lot of the like construct crafty people in previous editions had to just stare down and cry about as they would move forward in their games. Not only was it like cost prohibitive, it generally speaking wasn't good. I am now reminded to a weirwood I had built a very, very long time ago and really want to play a weirwood who's built a bigger weirwood for their construct. That seems dope as hell. But what do y'all think? Have we played it? Have we rolled it up? Let me know in the comments. We're going to keep picking at guns and gears for a little while in min-maxing for fun and profit because I want to play around with a drifter. That will be next week, my friends. Till then, I'll see you next time.